Hi, Airtable users. It's Rajat from Ask Steve, and I want to show you how easy it is to create one-click AI page scrapers that can take the content off the current page and use AI to write it directly into your Airtable bases and tables. So I've got a base here with two tables, houses and leads. We'll try them both out. So the easiest way to create a scraper is just to go to that particular table, open up the Ask Steve side panel, go to Tools, and click on New. It's going to auto-detect that I'm in Airtable and on a table and ask if I want to auto-create an AI scraper tool for this. I'm going to say yes. And if I haven't already connected my Airtable account, I need to do so. This is a one-time thing. So I'm going to say add all the resources so it has access to everything, and then hit save. Okay, and then it says go back here and press the new button again. So let me press the new button again, and now that I have a connection, it will create a one-click AI button for me. And there it is with the Airtable logo, and this will scrape directly into this leads table. So now let's go try it out. So I'm going to highlight some people here. I'm going to press my button. It's going to take that information off the web page, turn it into the right format for Airtable and my particular table, and then write all that data in. And we can see that those 4 people just got added with all their details. And it supports kind of all the different columns you can, all the different field types that you might want. And if you want to give it hints about things, you can do that. And I'll show you how in a second. The other thing you can do is it doesn't even have to be structured data. Here's a paragraph describing somebody. I'm going to hit my Airtable button, and it's going to parse out all the right information and add them as well to the list. Now, if we look at this tool and how it's built, we can see that basically it's saying, hey, I'm going to give you some text. I need you to try to get these things out of that text. You can see I've got some test fields here, like favorite colors and favorite ice cream, etc. And then it's got a bunch of hints for what it should do. And then if there are multi-select lists, like favorite colors, it needs to be one of these things. For favorite ice cream, it needs to be one of these things. And it's getting all that from the Airtable schema. And then if you have other hints about things you want to put in here, like let's say you have a column that doesn't have like a very clear name to it, like you can't figure out what you should put in there. Like let's say a column just named X, then right down here, you can't infer what you want from the column name. So then you have to tell it. So here you can say for the column named X, put in the gender of the contact, either male or female. And then you've given it an extra hint, hit save, and now that is your updated prompt, and the AI will use that to fill in the X column. So it's really easy to customize these things. And if anything's not working the way you want it to, it's not being added the way you want it to, then you just give it more hints in this prompt and iterate on it until it actually does what you want it to do. A couple other things here on this tool. If we open up the scrapers and API section, we can see exactly how it's built. It's writing to Airtable. You can pick the base. I have 2 bases here. And then within that base, you can pick the particular table. And if you ever do add more columns to this or change the schema somehow, then this prompt needs to get updated. And the way you do that is just by hitting the regenerate prompt button. And when you do that, it will automatically overwrite your existing prompt. So if you do have any customizations, copy them out first so that you can add them back later. The last thing I'll show here is that you'll notice I've got, these 4 people here. And if I go, let's go pick Jared again, and we'll run this again. And it's going to add him again. And now I've got 2 Jareds in here. I've got duplicates, and I don't want duplicates. So let me delete that one. And let me instead go to advanced settings. And here I can say instead of append, I want to skip duplicates. And what do I want to match on? I want to match on company, first name, and last name. If the lead matches on all those things, then don't add them, is basically what I'm saying. So now if I go back here and I click on Jared again, you can see last time it added him, but now if I press it and it should say skipped, it skipped him. But if I go like this, and these 4 people have already been added, this one hasn't, it should skip 4 and add 1. But let's take a look and see how it goes. Yep, added 1, skipped 4, and I go down here and I can see Desiree is in the list. So it's that easy to prevent having duplicates in your database, your table. And just really quickly, let's take a look at another one. This is like I'm house hunting. And so I've got a bunch of different fields with data about the house. One of the fields I added was just 4 house pictures. So the more descriptive the column name or the field name, the better the LLM knows what to put in there. But if it isn't, if I said, if it's just named X, then you have to actually give it a hint. But this is pretty descriptive. So let's try and do this. I'm going to go I'm going to create a scraper for this house table. We're going to put it in gallery view. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go new, say yes. And now it's going to build me another tool here for scrape into houses. And you can change the colors on these buttons. Like I can change the background color of this to like a bright yellow and save it so it's kind of distinguished from the other one. That's not so distinguished. Let's try like a blue. There we go. So now it's more distinguished. And then and you can change the name and you can change all that kind of stuff to the icon, etc. We just use placeholders for you. So I've got this scrape into houses one now. So let me go to this house here on Redfin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the button. And what it's going to do is it's going to grab all the information for that house and then write it into my table in Airtable. And it included putting in the links to the 4 images, just like I asked for, 4 images of the house, so that I can very quickly kind of see the pictures and get an overview, along with all the other data about the house in here as well. So, and the last thing I'll show is how you actually manage that connection. So down here under Scrapers and APIs, you can always click this gear icon. This takes you to the connections page, and here you can create new connections to all the various services that we support. You can edit your existing connections by clicking on them. You can change the name or reconnect, and then you can delete them by hitting the trash can icon. If you have any questions, let us know in our user community. We're looking forward to seeing how you use this. Thanks.